Welcome to the Jaron Jarvis channel. I am Jaron Jarvis. Today, I would like to introduce to you, Pines. Part 1. This is a true story that happened to me and two of my friends back in mid-June of 2011. My name is Garrett, and for the sake of the story my two friends are Russ and John. As residents of upstate northern New Jersey, where farm fields and dirt roads consume every human sense there is to obtain, the three of us friends became close over our adrenaline rush and excitement of discovering newly abandoned and creepy locations. We were hungry for a new adventure because 2011 is when we all turned 17 and gained our legal right to operate a motor vehicle. Back then we didn't care much for reading any sort of book or newspaper. Luckily enough, New Jersey does in fact have a running series called Weird NJ. This magazine explores all creepy and abandoned locations sprawled across the Garden State. Very few of which are actually within a tolerable driving distance, so most of the excitement from the magazine was having googly eyes and proclaiming to one another, imagine if we went there. But we never did. Money was tight from a deli we worked after school, mopping floors and scrubbing grills. The majority of our free time was sneaking into my old man's fridge he kept downstairs to gingerly pluck a few cans of Coors Extra Gold to catch a slight buzz as we paraded the night streets stealing road signs. Back then my future brother-in-law hinted a story he was extend to at work, of an old abandoned building somewhere in the town of Branchville. This was closer than anything we had heard of before. Not much to the story other than some empty building sitting deep within the woods that used to be home to psychotic and mental patients. Of which excited us greatly, so the search began. Flipped through every page on Google to find any record, a name, location, anything we could. For the whole school week every day we grinded hours out at the computer lab searching and searching. Nothing. Friday came. We collectively decided to snag a few cigars from the deli after school, and after work we would hit the road. It only took us about 15 minutes to reach Branchville. Took all the main roads. Everything seems up and functioning. Let's start taking back roads. Made a left here. Took the right there. Another right up ahead. Straight. Through the four-way intersection. 5 p.m., 7:30 p.m., 9 p.m. Are you guys coming home for dinner? The text message read on my iPhone 4 under the name of Birth Giver. My mother. We swallowed our pride and headed home. Saturday. 6 a.m. This time we had all day to take the left where we went right. The rights we went left and circle back around in other directions we had missed. 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 8:00 p.m. Dinner? Fuck. Sunday. 6 a.m., 12:30 p.m. Wait. I screamed as we began to take the road as it bent to the right. Something in me said lean out of the window and look up. I did. And there it was. Well, something was. On top of a small hill I could see just through the trees a white wall with two windows gazing down upon our little Jeep. It wasn't much, but it was more than we had seen. We continued to follow the road and scan the side of any trace of a driveway. There wasn't. We made a U-turn and doubled back the way we came. Now looking out of the left side of the vehicle. Past the windows and another 30 or so feet we could see what used to be an old overgrown driveway. John whipped the wheel to the left and pushed through the heavily thick brush and began tearing away at the long overgrown grass. Up and up and up we climbed slowly, but surely. At the top the overgrowth seems to cut at a dead line and loose gravel lay upon the earth as if someone had come by daily and kept the road clean of weeds and any other disturbance. There was a two-floor garage to our left that was seemingly in decent shape, and about 50 feet to our 11 o'clock there sat a three-story building. Beautiful white walls, newly implanted windows and large wooden letters painted black hung from the chimney that read PINES. Holy fuck, we actually found it. But something was off. Very off. It was beautiful. Untouched. Like it's been sitting inside of a preserved snow globe. We parked and cautiously made our way to the front door. Not cautiously in a scared way, but in a way that an employee would come out and ask us what we were doing there. We continued anyway. Opened the front door with the sun shining down on top of us and sweet songs from the birds blanketing and echoing the trees. As we walked in, the front door immediately to our right was the reception desk. So we peered over, and sitting on the desk was a piece of paper half filled out with the pen still clicked open and a half glass of water sitting beside it. The chair was slightly pushed to the side as if they had just gotten up and stepped out. The weird thing was that we all noticed. There wasn't a single sound. Not a single sound. You could have heard your heartbeat if it wasn't for our constant shuffling of our feet. We stood for a moment and looked at one another in a confused manner. We shrugged it off and continued walking inside about 15 feet. The room opened up to our left and it was filled with staggered tables with either one or two chairs at each. Some had checkerboards with the pieces still in play. There was a Bible flipped over to hold the page. But again, no one in sight. Not a single hum of sound. No dust. No life. Just objects stranded in time. The three of us talked and decided to start carefully explore the place. The first floor consisted of a dining room with the tables, a kitchen, and other various office rooms. We found the stairs. At this time it was around 1 p.m., 1:15-ish. Very light outside and light-hearted, though there was a steady uneasiness about the walls as walked. The stairs weren't hard to find. As we took them, the echoing creaks and cracks made us very uneasy within the seemingly vacuum seal of sound. When we reached the second floor, there was a room directly to our left. Slightly cracked open, I reached out and knocked on the door. No response. I looked at John and Russ and sort of shrugged when they gave me a nervous and soundless response of "I don't know what we should do." So I pushed the door open. So I didn't quite realize how long this was going to be, and because of wishes why I didn't post the whole thing. This is sort of the intro, and if you'd like me to continue, please let me know.